Hi there, everyone. This video, I'm going to talk about how I survived a stroke. Yeah, that's a scary word, isn't it? Stroke, yes. So, I am healthy. Don't know if I want to say my age. Screw it. I was 51 on May 31st. I'm in good shape. I work out. I work on my feet 8 hours a day. I do yoga in the morning. I stretch. I do cardio, jumping jacks, push-ups, dumbbells, planks. My eating is okay. I'm not going to say I don't eat junk food because I like my snacks at night, but my blood pressure is on the lower side. So when they say you have a stroke, right? What are your main things? Normally, because I know people that had strokes, they say it's caused by high blood pressure, being overweight, smoking. You have a clogged artery a lot of times. So my blood pressure is not high. It's certainly not overweight. I'm at a good weight. I'm 5'7". I'm about 130 pounds, give or take. Don't get on the scale too much. But so all these factors, right? What happened, it was a Saturday, the last day of February. I work at the hair salon, and I just wasn't feeling myself that day. I was a little crabby. I can't put it in words. I was a little, just like everything was bothering me that day. And I went home from work, and I don't go out too much. Yeah, I'm just gonna admit my life's not too exciting. And I went to bed that night, last day of February. I woke up, so this was Sunday, March 1st. And when I woke up Sunday morning, it was early, everything was blurry. Now, mind you, my vision was, I always had reading glasses, but my vision was perfect, 20/30 vision. That's pretty good vision because I had gone to the eye doctor, I was due for an eye exam anyway, but my vision was fine. But when I woke up, I got out of bed to wake up to use the bathroom like a normal day to get up, when you normally get up to do, and I was off balance because everything was, I was seeing all blurry. And I sleep in on Sunday normally. When I got up, I said, you know what? I'm going back to sleep. The last thing you're ever going to think about is having a stroke. Because, my ex-boyfriend, my daughter's father, suffered 2 strokes, and I witnessed one of them. So normally your face droops to the side, you slur your speech. None of that happened to me. And you have different parts of your brain, the front lobe, the back, different. So I'll get to that in later on in the video. Went back to sleep, and I just woke up later on, and I still was seeing blurry. I guess I was being ignorant. Perfect word, right? Stupid, naive. The day went on, and Monday went by. Now, mind you, this is when I used to wear lash extensions, which I took out now. I went like a dumbass and got my lashes done Tuesday. Drove to get my lashes done. Got a fill-in, so I had very full lashes. But nothing got worse, but nothing was better. I said, there's something wrong. So my mom said, Laura, because I'm off on, the salon's closed those 3 days. So she said, you're going to the hospital. I said, I know, I can't go to work like this tomorrow. So I let all day Sunday go by, all day Monday go by, and all day Tuesday go by. Instead of going to the hospital, when I should have, Sunday, I let a lot of time go by. Because I felt fine. My heart felt fine. Everything was fine, except I couldn't see that good. I guess you could say I was stupid and ignorant. My mother was driving, and she's very familiar with St. Barnabas Hospital in Livingston, so she drove me there. I immediately went into the ER, and I started crying, and the girl said, we'll take care of you. They did every test imaginable. They gave me a CAT scan. They checked for a bleeder on the brain, because that's what a CAT scan does, and there was no bleeder on the brain. They admitted me in a room. They did blood work as well. She said to me, when was your last eye exam? And I said it was in October, and it was perfect. So she said, okay, well, maybe you could have had a stroke. And when she said that, again, that's a scary word. I go, stroke. I just was shocked. So they did an MRI. And that's when they found it. And it's on the front lobe of my brain, the left side. So certain parts of your brain can affect vision. Where mine had the stroke did affect my vision. Another part of your brain affects the way you walk, the way you talk. They were doing tests on me, like smile, which I smile, I wasn't droopy, like that. So I had to go to an eye doctor, a neurologist. And at first they thought I had a TIA, which goes away immediately. Not that. I didn't have a full-blown major stroke where I'm in a wheelchair, but it's scary because it's still a stroke. So now I'm eating better. I just had blood work actually this morning, but I got into glasses because it's a little hard to explain. So the neuro-ophthalmologist who I saw in Newark Hospital, he said there's nothing physically wrong with my eyes, but everything, the clot, because you clot. When you have a stroke, an artery clots somewhere in your body. So let me backtrack a little. I went to a cardiologist who I love. And they did a TEE, transsemic esophagus, something, stands for, where they put a camera in your throat. Like when you get a colonoscopy, they put a camera up your ass. This is a camera in your throat to take a picture of your heart. You have 4 chambers of your heart. And if anything opened while they're in there, they would have closed me up. But my heart's fine. There was nothing open. No chambers were open. My heart, he said, is beautiful. So that didn't cause my stroke. My blood pressure's fine. So I gave up to find out where I had the stroke. We just don't want me to have it again. So I'm educating people. I hate to say the word COVID, but the doctors in the hospital said since COVID happened, and I have long COVID. That's another video, which I'm a lot better with that now. COVID changes your blood. It makes your blood different somehow. And they're still learning this, all these doctors and nurses about this. That's what I'm going with. Because ever since I've had COVID, my body's never the same. I have inflammation. I saw an orthopedic doctor about that. I'm going to talk about that on another video if people have long COVID, what their symptoms are. But I'm going to stick with the stroke, talking about that right now. So I'm not ever going to be the same. That's why I do this a lot. And if you see, like, when I do things in the salon, I'm better in the morning when I wake up, have a fresh cup of coffee, I do my workout. But lights at night. So I have glasses I got from Dr. Salzano in Caldwell, Fairfield area. Amazing doctor, by the way. I'm giving him a plug. And these are not for reading. So I wear these, but I don't wear them. So if you wear glasses, you got to get used to them. I just feel like I'm going to live with the vision I have. He put me in these, but I'm going to give it, this is my goal, I'm going to give it a year. March 1st will be a year I had the stroke, right? If I still have this, what I'm seeing now, that's probably how I'm going to be the rest of my life. The neuro-ophthalmologist, Dr. Froman in Newark, told me that's the way it is. So I just don't like wearing glasses. I think they're cute and sexy on girls. It's nothing to do with that. I'm not vain. It's just, I don't feel like I need them. Only when reading. So I just have readers, dollar store readers. I get them, just for reading. But yeah, it was very scary. I never would think that would happen to me. It was the last thing. I was Googling, because I'm going to backtrack back around the holidays. I was very nauseous at work and dizzy. So that's another thing. I was a little off balance. But they don't think that had anything to do with it, because I was Googling things and I was thinking I had a brain tumor. Yeah. But people have these like TIAs, and while they're walking their dog, sitting at work on their computer, go about their day. But if it was a TIA, I would see right now perfect. It goes away within like 24 hours. So what I'm doing now is eating better. I used to stop and get like Wendy's. I would eat pizza's my weakness. So, I'm a certified nutrition coach. When I studied for my International Sports Association, International Sports, I have my eyes to say. I could talk about that a little bit, but when I got certified online doing that course, the gyms all shut down, and I'm not doing that. I got a lot of world of knowledge. I have my personal training card in my wallet for that, and nutrition. It's always something I wanted to learn, but halfway through studying that course, I didn't really find it to be my passion. And then I got long COVID. So I'm going to do a whole video on long COVID, but doctors don't really know how to treat that yet. Maybe that they're starting to now. But I went to an orthopedic doctor, and he gave me meloxicam. Anyone out there with inflammation? Diet's everything. The old school diet. I'm a big believer on that. Juicing, celery, turmeric, all that. I could talk about that in a whole other video. So that's main thing. Probably the years of my eating disorder and the drugs and alcohol could have led up to my having the stroke too, I'm thinking. Because again, we still don't know why I had the stroke. But that was my main thing when I had COVID. So I didn't lose my taste or smell. I wasn't sick with a fever. I had fatigue and inflammation. So that's what I've been dealing with for the past few years. Long COVID, and then I just had my stroke. Yeah, so I get up and I go to work every day, and I thank God I'm alive. I thank God that I'm alive. So what I do for my stroke is I take a cholesterol pill every day, and I'm on 81 milligrams of a baby aspirin forever. That's what I do. And I pray every day it doesn't come back. Exercising is so good for you to prevent a stroke. Eating good and less stress. So maybe stress, my fast foods, and I do, when I gave up my addiction with alcohol and drugs, I turned to a stupid habit, an electronic, this is called a lava. It's so silly. I don't even know why I do it. I need to quit. Yeah, so I hit that sometimes, but that's my only vice right now. People say, oh, you're in great shape and you're a fitness girl. Why do you do that? It's like my stress reliever. So we all have something, I guess, right? But I wanted to get on here and really talk about my stroke. So when I had it March 1st, I'm not one to post on Facebook from a hospital bed. You know, I had my stroke because I don't like doing that. My family was the only one, and my work peers knew about my stroke. So anyone that had a stroke or anything related, heart problems and all, I became so knowledgeable on all that. Like, I know about a lot of stuff with the blood from when my daughter had leukemia. I know a lot about this stuff. You know, we're always learning. We're learning so much. Like I said, what else? The inflammation, though. The inflammation was a killer. There was a point where I would cry at night. I couldn't even lay on my side. It's gotten so much better. I was able to do men's push-ups, a good 5. I mean, my upper body strength. I've gotten a lot weaker, you know. So now that the inflammation's gotten better, I'm able to do more. But this whole video on the stroke, you really thank God to be alive, because I see people that had strokes that are in wheelchairs or that can't talk. So I'm glad that I survived that and never want to have that again, because I maybe won't be so lucky. Come on up and say hi in the video. My cat's usually like right on top of me. Life is very short, and it's zooming by very fast. If anybody out there is struggling with anything, I feel like I've been through so much, and I have so much more to share on here. I'm just getting used to talking to a phone, because there's way more I have to talk about. You have no idea. And I will. So it's just, I have to figure out how I'm going to say everything and come out with it all. And again, I'm going to do my tarot cards, because that's a fun thing, tarot. I have decks that I have a Moonology deck. I have a cat deck. You know, these are just cards, the Life Loves You deck, but did anybody hear me sing the other day? If anybody did, can you comment? I didn't warm up my voice and all, but I would love to do a duet with somebody. I sing pretty good. I think I'm pretty good. How is everybody? Like with their health and eating, and eating's another thing with, you know, like I said, with mental health, there's just a lot of topics with mental health. You can get into all addictions with that, like Take a few moments to count your blessings. Complete this sentence 10 times. One way life is loving me right now is. Think about that. Complete it. One way life is loving me right now is. One way life is loving me right now is. To be alive, right? To be here, I'm grateful. I'm sober. Everything that I've talked about, I am blessed. I don't know if it's backwards on the phone. You don't want to get caught up in that vicious cycle, because it's an awful cycle. There's hope. Addiction, I always go back to that addiction. I hate when these young kids say that they're hopeless. I see it on TikTok. I see it. This one girl said she's suicidal. I wanted to reach out and hug her. Again, this video is supposed to be about my stroke, but I'm not going to get into that now. Let me sign off because I could start crying. This is about my stroke. Love you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.